Welcome back. You're still watching Shape Your Life. People living with albinism go through the pain of being teased by their peers and some family members who treat them like outcasts. In our next insert, we chat to Mmaditaba Thabethe, who opens up about living with albinism and some of the health challenges she has faced. Mmaditaba, thank you so much for sharing your time with us on Shape Your Life.
Thank you.
So my first question to you is this, when you were younger, when did you realize that there's something different about you compared to anyone else and everyone else in your family and community?
At age of 6, when I think.
And how did you feel at that point? What's wrong with me, Mom? Did your parents explain to you?
Yes, I did realize my color. When I playing with kids, they ignore me,
So when did you start looking for more information about albinism when you realized you're a little bit older now? How do I get more information? Where did you find it?
At my first aid school, at age of 10, is how I feel painful. Look at myself, I'm so different from others. It feels pain for me and anger.
And how were the teachers at the school? Were they supportive of you? Did they help you understand?
Most of the time, they were so protective.
But what happened when you finished school? What did you do then?
I didn't finish the school. I kept at the school. I tropile mane go bo standard 5. Ka tlasa mabaka a lelapa. I kept at the school, but ke mo ke khonong ho ithola lo hitseba gore na ke nna mang. And then ke ithate. Ha ona motho a ka nkemelang gore nna ke ithate pele nna ke tswantse ke ithate, then motho o mong a khona go ntseba gore nna ke nna mang. Ke khona ke tseba jwana gore ke nna Mmaditaba ke phela tjena ke tswetswe ke le so, and then ke thola supportive e kholo from my parents gore o right ha ona nix ha ona ntho e wrong ka wena o motho o tlo dula o le so.
You are now a beautiful woman that is so radiant. When I met you, your smile lit up the room and you were helping so many more people. When did you come to the point where you said, you know what, yes, I might look different, but my heart is like your heart. My blood is like your blood, but I will help people living with albinism, educate people that were born with albinism. When did you decide to help?
If it ha ke fitla offices of albinism, and then bampa that supportive hore ke khona go encourage ba bang ba bona ba tshwanang le nna hore re batho ene batho ba khawane le hore gore ba re classe ba bue mantswe ba buang o kila bona. So le nna ke tloa mo le go bona ke ba fa that confidence hore ba be proud of themselves. There's nothing wrong about us. O kila bona ra phela ha ona ntho e shotang ho rona.
Ma'am, I feel your motivation here, hey? I am so inspired by you already because I listened to how you described when you were smaller growing up and the pain, the anger, and that you turned that into positivity to help others get confidence as well. I'm so inspired. So what are you doing in the communities? I know you're doing a lot of programs at certain points. Tell me more about those.
Re ruta bana ba banyane ba hlahang dikolong dikerekeng gore mo re kopanang tent meeting gore ke rona ene batho ba ska ba re utswa ha ona nix e gore e ka ba etsang gore ba bene le ntshwane gore ba tlo ba morish ha ba ka nka rona kapo ba nka body parts ya rona ha ona ntho e tshwana le eo. So ke gona ba re a nyalwa re kena into the marriages, give birth, re na le bana, re na le banna, re na le basadi, ke ntho e tshwana le eo. So go bontsha gore re a phela re batho ba tsotsweng ke monna le mosadi re a shwa ha re disappear. Ntho tse ngata tse bang ke di mindset tse batho bana ba phela ka tsona time before. So re try gore re change gore ba utlwisise gore it's just a color but the blood is one.
Amen to that. That is so true. What would your last piece of advice be to people born with albinism who right now are watching the show and who are also sad and angry because they're feeling that people are being mean to them? How would you advise them to move beyond that and just become more positive and get into a space where you're at right now?
All right. Ho batswadi kaofela ba nang le bana ba albinism le ba santse ba le baholo dithakeng tsa ka, nkare ko ho bona ha ba ithate ba ikgathalle hore ho tlo bonahale lefatsheng hore ha ra hlaha ka phoso. Ke ka ho rata ho ntate Modimo hore ba tsebe ho bua ebile ba tsebe hore batho ba o tshwana le rona ba na le tetla ya ho phela lefatsheng, ba etsa ntho e nngwe le e nngwe e motho a ka e etsang. Ene e haholo ho youth le ba banyane ba santse ba tla ba hola. Ntho ya pele e bulang menyako ke thuto. Ha ba le ithuta, and then ba tla bula menyako efeng kapa efeng, ba tla etsa eng kapa eng e ba e batlang.
To keep giving back and face the reality, own the reality, but give back and find the strength within. Mom, you have inspired me today. You've inspired our viewers today, and keep on doing the amazing work that you are doing. And yes, younger, it was very difficult for you growing up, but know something, that you are giving so much back that many people appreciate you. And today, you have someone new that appreciates you too. Ngiyabonga. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Up next, we chat to a woman who was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, had to remove her breast and go for a draining period of chemotherapy. But she won the fight against cancer and is now helping others do the same. Mom Jay, thank you so much for joining me on Shape Your Life. When were you diagnosed with breast cancer?
In 2013.
Wow.
It was February 2013.
And what happened? What led to you finding out that, okay, I now have breast cancer?
It was after I just had a bath and just putting a lotion on my body. And I discovered there was something here. And I was attending an orthopedic clinic. Then I decided to tell my doctor that there's something that I don't understand on my breast. And they referred me to the breast clinic.
And then what happened?
Then when I went there, the doctor checked me, and she said, it was a female doctor who checked me, and she said to me, no, you need to go for mammogram. They've sent me for urgent mammogram and urgent FNA. Then I went to do those
screens and those tests?
Yes,
yeah.
Those tests. I went to do those tests. After 2 weeks, the test came back. I had breast cancer.
Wow.
And guess what? It was on stage 4.
Stage 4? And how did you feel when they gave you the news?
I didn't know what was it, you know. Oh. At first I was like, dumb. I didn't know. But as the doctor explained to me what was it, and I was so scared. The first thing that came to my mind is I was going to die. I was very scared.
That's the worst feeling and thought that one could have.
Yes.
Then what did you do when you got home?
Well, you know, what surprises me is immediately when I got my results, they filled in a bed letter for me. They admitted me immediately.
Oh, okay.
Immediately. Then I've asked for pass out because it was on a Friday. I asked for pass out so that I could go home and prepare for my kids. I'll come back on Monday. And the doctor said, no, you need to come back Sunday. At least by lunchtime you must be here. I didn't tell my husband because I didn't know what to say. I didn't tell anybody. I cried the whole night. I couldn't sleep because I thought if I sleep, I won't wake up. And I just told him I'm going to hospital. They're going to admit me. I didn't tell him for what.
Sure.
I only told him when I come back. But before you go for operation and everything, they counsel you. You get a counseling.
Did that help you?
It does help. It does help a lot. Because at first I didn't know, I didn't have anyone to speak to. So the counseling did help me to at least speak about it, you know. And as you talk about it, you heal a bit, you know.
It's true, they say, that if something's on your heart or your brain, you know, if you keep it in, it becomes like a sore that gets worse and worse.
Sure.
But when you talk, it's like medicine for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? So did they, once you had the counseling, and that really helped you, because I'm sure it helped you gather strength as well.
It helped me a lot. Very helped me. It helped me a lot. And because when they told me that they're going to do full mastectomy, and they've explained what is it, I was like, okay, it's fine.
Were you okay with that?
I became okay because I've been for counseling already, you know,
sense. So you
because I've
understood
been
why.
for counseling. And when the doctor was surprised and said, can you live without a breast? I said, doctor, if that means I'm going to survive, I'm going to live for my children, it's fine.
Amen to that. Amen. So then you went for a mastectomy.
I went for mastectomy.
And then?
After that, I went for my chemo. I did chemo. I complete my chemo, then I went for radiation. And in between still, you go through, you get counseling.
So the support is important.
The support is very much important.
And that's where you get it from, the foundation, you know, and so forth.
I joined the foundation because I thought this can help me to help other patients, you know. This is the way of me giving back to other people. Because now they taught me how to accept this. You know, the first thing that you need to do is to accept that I've got this sickness and I'm going to take treatment and I'm going to recover. You must be positive at all time. You need to be positive.
So difficult. I mean, I totally value and appreciate the counselor's passion because they go above and beyond the call of duty.
Sure.
But when you eventually told your husband and your family?
Yes, that was after after I've been with the counselors. Then I got the strength to tell my husband. Wow. When I came back from surgery, then I said to him, you know why I was in hospital? He said, I don't know. Then I showed him. I said,
and
because of this. He was so scared. He didn't want to look. He even cried. I said, don't cry. I'm okay. I had breast cancer, but now that they've removed it, I'm okay. I'm going to survive.
They say the strength of a woman can never be underestimated.
Now I was counseling him.
You were counseling him, so you were literally walked into your own home NGO.
I even told my children, I've got 2 kids, 16 and 8. I told them, said, Mommy's got breast cancer, but Mommy's not going to die. Mommy will take treatment and she'll be fine.
And that's all the kids need to know, that Mommy will still be there. What is your advice to our viewers out there that might, you know, be concerned for a family member or even themselves that have gone through breast cancer, that have seen it through, but, you know, it might have recurred? What would your advice be to inspire them to just be positive?
I'd say to them, firstly, they need to speak up. We need to talk. Don't just keep quiet, close the problem within you. You see, you need to talk about it. If there's anything that you don't understand on your body, speak about it with your doctor, or find someone in your family, a close person that you trust, and speak to them.
And find the foundation.
And found the foundation, and you go for counseling. You go to the counselors and speak to them. If you're taking treatment at the hospital, speak to the counselors.
And that is why I say you are so inspirational, because, you know, you and the rest of the team here speak from a point of reference and a point of walk that journey already, and still walking it, because it, you know, it doesn't just stop suddenly.
No,
so I wish you the best in what you've done. You know, your smile radiates the room, and just keep radiating the lives of people out there that you positively impact.
Thank you very much.
At the age of 15, Megan was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. Life hasn't been easy, but this warrior has dedicated her life to fight the battle against the disease. This is her story.
Megan had a normal childhood. until the age of 15 years old, when everything changed.
I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis in 2004. I started getting symptoms in October of 2003. It started with my cheeks going numb, and then I was battling to speak and swallow. So we went to my local doctor and he diagnosed me with anorexia. Coming from an all-girls school, it was a common thing, so I think it was just a presumption. And then eventually in the January, I got to a point where I couldn't speak, I couldn't swallow. I was sleeping about 16 hours a day, couldn't walk. My mum was having to help me bath. So we went to a neurologist and she diagnosed me within 10 minutes. And I was admitted into hospital straight away.
She has had to fight myasthenia gravis every single day and has faced challenges along the way.
When I was diagnosed, I tried to go back to school after that, and I attended a whole 7 days and 3 months because of all my hospitalizations and treatment and operations. So we eventually decided to take that year off and just focus on getting me a little bit stronger, able to cope with more. And then I changed schools because I didn't want to go back to school where all my friends were, that they would be the year ahead of me. So I changed schools completely, went to a new town, new city, new friends, which was also terrifying, but it was amazing. It turned out to be the best decision. And I made amazing friends there that were so supportive and so understanding.
Megan can't work a normal 9 to 5 because of a condition.
I've been very blessed that I can work from home, because there's some people that they can't find a job that they can work from home. It's difficult not being able to live a normal life, not being able to go out and be around people the whole time. So I'm lucky that I can work from home and I can rest when I need to, can go and have a little nap for 2 hours and then get back to normality. With regard to depression, I think it's hard not to feel down every now and then and sort of question, why me? But at the same time, you've got to try and see the positive in every day, because otherwise it will just suck you down and destroy you.
Her condition doesn't allow her to plan ahead because she doesn't know when she might relapse. She sometimes spends 4 to 5 days in hospital for plasmapheresis.
With myasthenia gravis, you never know what one day is going to bring compared to the other. So myasthenia gravis affects my muscles. What happens is my body attacks itself and the message between the nerves and the muscles gets blocked. So for example, I'll know that I need to swallow, but my muscles don't respond to that message from the nerves. So sometimes I can't swallow, or I slow my speech, or I can't walk. Sometimes I have to use a walking stick. I can't dress myself some days. Some days my husband has to help bath me. You never know what it's going to bring. There have been times when I haven't been able to breathe properly. I've been ventilated once before because my lungs just didn't want to work. So it's difficult because I don't look sick. I look like a normal person. So when I'm walking with a walking stick, I see people sort of giving me a little bit of a squiff look. But you cope. You cope with what you're given and you make the most of every day.
Megan believes that she wouldn't be this strong if it wasn't for her family's support.
My family is amazing. I don't even have words to describe how fantastic they are. My mum's a single mum. My dad passed away a month before I was born. So it's my brother, my sister, my mum and myself. And my family have kept me going through everything. There have been times when I just want to curl up in a ball and cry, and they keep me motivated, they keep me positive and laughing. And my whole extended family, from my gran to my aunts and uncles and cousins and my husband, they really keep me going and keep me positive and smiling and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
She is currently working with Rare Disease South Africa, trying to dispel the myths surrounding rare disease and promotes awareness.
For the general public who don't understand invisible diseases or rare diseases, just know that there are so many people who are fighting a battle that you don't necessarily see, that you don't necessarily know about. So don't be too quick to judge. Just understand that people are fighting. People are going through things that you don't see, that you don't understand. So just try and love each other, support one another, and ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking someone and finding out more. I know I appreciate it when someone asks a question rather than gives me a little squiff look.
The golden thread through all the stories we have experienced today is that you need to look after your health. So eat healthy, exercise regularly, and manage your stress. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with us by sending an email to shapeyourlife@ann7.com with all your health-related queries or topics you would like seeing being discussed on the show. From me, Ronald Avergy, and the Shape Your Life team, see you next week.